Hey everyone, Sparks back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video, and we have some very exciting developer notes to go over today, and there are a lot of really cool features, some new and some things returning. So let's go ahead and dive into it. I think this is one of the best ones we've gotten in a while. Shift Up is listening to our feedback. Okay, so right off the bat, they are going to bring Memory Goddess back. Memory of Goddess? Goddess of Memory, Mog. I think it's Memory of Goddess. The mini game from Red Ash. It was so much fun. They asked us in the survey if it should be a permanent feature of the game, and I think like nearly 100% of people probably said yes, it should be permanently in the game. So they are going to, but it's even going to be a better version than what we got during the event. So they are going to refine the minigame rules and mechanics, give us a more pleasant and permanent experience of Mog. So super, super cool. I'm really excited to have that back. It's like almost as fun as playing just like the regular Nikke game, and it's going to be even better than it was before. So huge win right away. All right, the next thing, another big win, December event Neverland. So we are going to get a brand new summer event that is going to be a fully voiced event that is going to be something like a visual novel. So visual novels are something that I don't personally have a lot of experience with, but they are very popular in Japan and Korea, and I mean probably in other parts of the world as well. But it's kind of a like choose your own adventure type thing that you would do, sort of a text-based game is more or less what a visual novel is like, and just kind of like experience the story. They say that they want to give us more variation in the types of events, mini games that they do, and I think they've definitely done that. You know, the mini games started off pretty rudimentary for our first couple events when Nikke first came out, and they've only gotten like more and more varied and interesting. I mean, we had the barbecue event, we've had Mog, now we're getting this visual novel for Christmas. So really cool to see new content. I think that's one of the strengths of Nikke. They keep giving us really fresh new things, and it's not super repetitive. So really looking forward to that. I don't know what all there is going to be in the new content, but we are also getting our first rerun characters. So I called this out during the anniversary live stream, and honestly, they made it really sound like they were going to rerun the characters, even though technically they didn't say they were going to rerun the characters, but we were getting Winter Shopper Rupee and Miracle Fairy Anne again. So this is really cool. Honestly, I feel like the game has moved forward a little bit, so they're not necessarily going to be like the super powerful characters now. I mean, honestly, like Rupee had some problems even when she came out. But Miracle Fairy Anne was actually a really strong unit when she came out, and is still somewhat useful. She's still the best for the one-shot team with Snow White if you're doing interceptions, and she's also still really useful in Arena. And it's just really cool for collectors who missed it, who weren't playing back then. They have a chance to get Miracle Fairy Anne and Winter Shopper Rupee again. And they're kind of tweaking it in the recruitment process. So I'll actually read this word for word. It says the chance of recruiting an SSR in the winter event limited time recruitment is 4%. So that's totally normal. And getting a new limited Nikke is 2%. So we don't know who those new limited units are going to be, but we can get new ones. And so 2% is the normal rate for limited units on their banners as well. So then it says, of course, the chance of recruiting a Pilgrim is still 0.5%. That's normal. And the chance of recruiting a normal SSR is going to be lowered to 0.5% instead of 1.5%, because there's going to be a 1% chance of getting a rerun character of Winter Shopper Rupee or Miracle Fairy Anne. So it looks like on the limited banners, we can get the new units, which will have the normal rate up, and then we're going to have an even lower percent chance of getting the general pool of SSRs than we normally have, and so then we have that 1% chance of getting one of the rerun units. So pretty cool. I think this is a decent way of implementing it, and again, this is another way that they're responding to feedback. People asked for rerun characters, and we are getting them. They do this in a lot of games, and I feel like, honestly, this would have been kind of a big shame if Shift Up did not give us any rerun characters. Interestingly enough, they do not mention Nive here, who is our SR shotgun unit, who we got as a handout unit in the original Christmas event last year. So we'll see if she makes it back, and maybe they're just not mentioning her here, or maybe we'll get a new handout unit, or maybe both. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think they're going to do with that. Okay, the next thing they talk about is improvements to items. These are going to be like UI, quality of life improvements. They're going to do some things about like using multiple items and things like that. Apparently, they're going to improve that. Also, they're going to make it easier to equip Harmony cubes, and you can see the stats and abilities of the Harmony cubes apparently from the Nikke info page. So we're going to have easier access to see that. That's pretty cool. And then they're going to improve the search page function. So apparently we're going to be able to search for nikkes by name. Also, you can do a filter for units with red dots on them. So anything that, you know, needs a new equipment or whatever, you can do that, which I think is a really cool function as well. How many times have you guys gotten faked out by thinking there's a red dot on Masked, by the way? Because she has that red dot on her hat. It's gotten me more than once. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person that's like, got screwy eyeballs, who knows. But the next thing they talk about is additional skill development materials. This is a huge win, so everybody needs more skill development materials. This is one of the biggest bottlenecks in the game, is having enough skill materials and really having to choose what you build very carefully. So the way that they're going to do this is by adding an overclocking function to Simulation Room. So this is going to be kind of like a higher challenge level that you can do on top of the level 5 for Simulation Room. So we're still going to have all our original Simulation Rooms, but then they're adding this overclocking, and it says that overclocking is an additional mode that you can challenge yourself with. Level 5 difficulty in the Simulation Room. You can continue to enjoy the existing feature of Simulation Room comfortably, and we will provide various difficulty adjustment options so players who like concentrated shooting experiences can have more choices. Overclock will adopt a seasonal system with each season lasting 2 weeks or longer. The initial seasons will be a beta test, and we will be gradually optimizing the features. So it sounds like if you're doing overclock throughout the week, you'll probably get on some kind of leaderboard or something and get additional rewards depending on how well you do. But they're going to kind of adjust this over the first 2 seasons in this beta mode. So I really like this. I've actually personally been wanting a more Simulation Room, challenging Simulation Room. I know I'm in the minority. Most people hate Simulation Room, but I've always found it to be pretty interesting. And I think having the possibility of doing a more engaging, harder version is pretty cool. And anything we can do to get more skill materials is a big win. So thank you, ShiftUp, for that. Lastly, it says that 2023 is coming to an end sooner than they expected. And they say they want to give us all a new year to develop more content. We're very sorry for the delayed updates about improvements to manage operational fatigue on the sniper rifles and rocket launchers. So this is kind of getting at, the incentive to use a macro, or if it's like supposedly causing hand strain from tapping or clicking a bunch of times. Ask me if I care. So they're still trying to do something. Honestly, I think it's good that they are trying to do something, beyond just like the macro protections and a stated policy, which is good, but unfortunately not enough. And so I think it's good that they're trying to do something actually in-game to just de-incentivize that, and apparently they're just still working on it. They are engaging with feedback. They're saying like the results of people's feelings on it in the surveys are really inconclusive, but they regularly have discussions on it, and we can consider that something about how we operate snipers and rocket launchers will change. We can already see that they tried different things like with A2 and Red Hood. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I think the game is honestly in a really good place already, and we're getting a lot of really cool new stuff here. And they leave us with this last note on that we should stay safe from the flu as we enjoy our holidays. So let me know what your favorite thing coming here that they announced in the developer notes is, and I will see you guys in the next video or stream. Please give me a sub. Let's try and get to 3,000 subs by the end of the year. That would be amazing. And I will catch you guys in the next video.